In WinForms, we have several different containers and we use them to group the controls on the form and to control the program flow. In this chapter, we are going to learn GroupBox container. In addition to the GroupBox container, there are many other containers. There is a category of containers. If I scroll down, so here you will see all the containers. We have GroupBox, panel, split container, tab control, layout panel, etc. We will not cover all of them. We will cover commonly used like a group box, panel, and tab control. So let's learn the use of the group box container. Drag the container on the form, and this is how it looks like. You see the light boundary. This is a container boundary, and this is the title. The name of the container is group box. We can change the name of the container. For example, group box park, and inside that container we can place the park operation like this. So the park operation has its own area, own container, and the group box has a title option, so we can change also the title to make our application more understandable. Let's say park your vehicle. All the controls inside the container becomes the part of the container, and as we move the container, they will follow the movement, right? As you can see here. Now, the group box has a very important property which is called uh, enabled. This property is actually used to control the program flow. When the enabled is set to true, all the controls inside the container will work, and when we turn it to false, this entire group box, including all the controls, will be deactivated. So let's have a try. Turn it to false, and now run the program. So you see the entire application, this entire part is deactivated. We cannot use it. So enabled property is an important property, and it can be used to activate and deactivate different parts of the application conditionally. For example, in our application, one must pay the parking charges before the parking. Let's say we have a button to pay. We are not going to program the full application. I just want to show you the use of the enable property. This is our pay button. Let's change the name of the button, DTN pay, and the text. Pay parking $10. From the beginning, park your vehicle service is disabled. As the user clicks and pay the parking charges, we will simply activate the parking option for the user. But we will do everything from the code. So let's just activate the group box again. Here we have the enable property, set it to true again. And now inside the code, double click on the button to generate the click event. So here we have our click event. This is the code we wrote in the previous chapter, and this is our form constructor. Now inside the form constructor, we will simply call our group box and then the enable property, and we'll turn it to false. Simply deactivate the park option from the beginning. And when the user have paid the charges, we will simply activate the park option by setting the enabled to true. That's it. So let's now run the program and check the output. So you see here, we cannot park the vehicle. We must pay the charges first. So pay the charges, and now we can park our vehicle. So this is how we code and control the group box control, and you can have several group boxes on a single form. So the group box is very simple and elegant control. And now the next container we are going to study in the next chapter is panel container.